and she starts going down the list of where everybody's at, and she says Autumn's like at her friend's house or something. I'm like, what the fuck? Because like, yo, like I didn't know what to do because I was like, somebody just said for me to come here upstairs, like clear as day. There's somebody up here, so like as soon as that ghost shit, you realize that it's not what you thought it was. I'm immediately like, yo, there's somebody in the fucking house.
Yeah.
Which is even scarier than the thought of a ghost. The kitchen one. So like, know how you see shit out of the corner of your eye real quick?
I was gonna say that before you started talking about that. If you guys have ever had
when you see the
shit out of the corner, because the thing is, whenever I'm drumming. Because I'm in my basement. I can't hear anything. Sometimes I get in the zone. I don't really think about anything. I close my eyes or whatever. But you know how sometimes you can feel the presence of somebody in the room?
Yes, sixth sense.
My back is always to the stairs. So sometimes I feel somebody standing there. And as I'm playing, like I won't stop, but I'll like turn real quick. Other times I'll be playing and out of the corner of my eye, I swear to fucking God I'll see something.
Have you had sleep paralysis before? That happens a lot when I have sleep paralysis.
I don't think so. I don't think I've ever had sleep paralysis. So I've had, like I said, night terrors, but I've never had sleep paralysis.
So scary. Like, I'm so thankful that every time I've had it, I'm facing the couch. Or facing,
Like, unless I've confused night terrors.
Do you have a piece of paper and a pencil I can borrow?
Piece of paper right there. A lot.
Paper?
No, right below.
Right below, yeah.
And if you need a different pencil, I'd give you a different pencil. It might be sharper.
But
I'm trying to show you what this figure looks like.
Yeah.
Also, hearing things. I've never heard my name called, really. But I've heard my drums.
Ooh.
Which, the thing is, like... So, either I've been in the house alone, and I've heard it, or... Ian has been home, or my mom's been home, and I've heard, like, it sounds like somebody walks by and picks up a stick and just taps the cymbal. Or they'll walk over and step on the pedal, and it'll hit the bass drum. Mm-hmm. I've literally heard it, and I have, not even thinking, oh, it's a ghost, or, oh, it's an intruder. I hear it as, some motherfucker's touching my drum set. And I have stormed downstairs, number one, accusing my mom or my brother of touching my set. But I've also just stormed downstairs when I'm alone, being like, who the fuck is touching my drums?
Yeah, because even if you're not...
And there's nothing.
Thinking about who's home or not, you think someone's down there touching my shit.
But the thing is, I've gone down there as soon as I've heard the cymbal hit.
Yeah.
And I've touched the cymbal, it's not vibrating.
Ooh,
if you even tap the cymbal lightly and then pinch the side, you'll feel it vibrate.
Yeah.
I've tried to mute it before after hearing a little ding from upstairs. Loud enough to hear from 2 floors, a little ding. That takes a lot of... That's a good flick. To hear just a little ding from 2 floors up. It should fucking vibrate. It doesn't.
That's interesting.
I've literally been ready to fight a fucking ghost for touching my drum set. You can fuck with me however you want as a spirit. Don't fucking touch my drums.
What was...
So you're drawing up a sketch for this story? I'm so excited.
Yeah. What do you call it? The dawn sleep paralysis. Hear.
Real quick, can you hand me a piece of paper? I want to try. I'm not an artist, but I want to try and draw the face.
Yeah. Let me get you a pencil.
Or, yeah, you can use this actually. I'm gonna use this.
Okay.
The sleep paralysis. I've heard my name, but usually, like, what I hear. Because this usually, I mean, it happens sometimes when it wakes me up, but I've also heard it like during sleep paralysis, is someone directly right here in my ear saying something loudly. Like, either it's my name or it's telling me...
Get your hot ass breath out of here.
Tell me to, like, wake up. But it's usually, like, you know exactly what it sounds like when someone's speaking a normal volume in your ear.
Yeah.
It sounds exactly like that. Clear as day. Like, you're awake. Because sleep paralysis, you're awake. And it's like, you hear a voice right there. And usually when that happens, that's when I wake up. When that voice, like, plays through my ear. Oh, arts and crafts section.
Yeah.
We're all drawing fuck shit right now. I don't know. I don't remember what you're doing. Oh, you're doing the cosplay stuff.
Shoulder pads, yeah. This is gonna be hard, actually.
So, I mean, I'm just drawing this to help scale and all that.
Yeah.
But, like, you guys know what my dining room and then my kitchen looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've literally had to walk through it multiple times.
Yeah, but what you reminded me earlier, the sleep paralysis thing, about, like, feeling someone's watching you. Almost always, it feels like someone's in the room with me staring at me when I'm, like, stuck in sleep paralysis. Which is probably, like, the main, like, thing that happens when you're in sleep paralysis, knowing that someone's in the room with you. So I'm excited for when you get it, when you experience it.
Shit, man, I'm not now.
Brandon, you've experienced it, right?
Probably.
Oh, you don't recall exactly?
Yeah, I had tons of nightmares and shit
That.
when I was younger.
Something like that.
Jesus.
Fucking Christ.
The smile's not that right, but
It
How
looks
literally,
like,
like-
it looks like the devil mask from Nightmare Before Christmas.
you know what I think it inspired?
Nice.
You know what I think this is inspired by? And I may just be thinking about childhood trauma.
That's what a lot of this shit's inspired by.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie Darkness Falls?
Yes.
Is that the Tooth Fairy movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The opening scene.
I don't remember the opening scene.
Is that when she's like established, she's like killing the kids or whatever?
Give me the remote. I'll see if I can find the opening scene. It's
What movie?
I don't really, I can't be in the dark after that.
Really?
But this face might be the inspiration from that. Like, that might have been what it may be the Tooth Fairy that I
wasn't
think
that old
of
of a
every
movie,
night.
though.
Huh?
That wasn't that old of a movie. You were like, what, like 13, maybe?
No. I was like maybe 6 or 7.
He's not that old, is it?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's mid-2000s. Also, what freaks me out is that the kid in the beginning of the movie, the main character of the movie, his name's also Kyle.
That's never gotten me. Like, having names with the characters has never gotten me. Which I'm surprised enough that I actually have had that quite a few times. Especially when it's a boy. I don't know if these fucking markers are shit or it's because I'm drawing on foam.
It's probably because you're drawing on the phone.
This scene. Do we like the Washington Post, the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, CNN, or none of the above?
Don't get me fucking started on any of that shit.
None of the above. Submit answer. So this... I swear to God, I think this might be where this face comes from. Only minus the smile. That is... For not being good at drawing, that's a really good drawing for me. That is fucking accurate as shit.
You know what my first horror movie was?
What?
It.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, just reminded me because we're talking about young ages. Because I avoided horror movies when I was younger.
Young age. You want to know what my first horror movie was?
What?
Which is now considered like one of my favorites. Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
So mine was a lot more tame than yours. I think Ian's was Dracula.
I mean, mine wasn't that bad. It was funny. That's what like helped me with it because it was a funny movie.
It It's fucking terrifying. You know what made me afraid of
I
clowns?
forgot
was
you're
it
afraid
and
of
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Forgot you're afraid of clowns.
I do not fuck with clowns.
It like
There's a movie on Hulu that, you know how when you load up Hulu, it recommends whatever the first thing is?
yeah.
It's like called Circus Freaks or something like that, and it's just all fucking clowns. I'm like, why is this being recommended to me? My heart's racing right now watching this.
I don't remember this scene. Like,
I am fucking terrified of this movie.
really.
Yeah.
This was another horror movie I watched when I was younger. Like, surprisingly. Like, I think this is, like, when I started to, like, open up to horror movies.
A lot of things don't scare me. Like, clown-wise, besides clowns, all that.
Yeah.
But outside of clowns, not much scares me. This movie fucking freaks me out.
I can see why that'd be fucking... It's very similar.
It's exactly that. I really attribute this to that. I think we found the fucking source.
That's more of, like, a... What do you call it? A fucking intruder. Like, a home intruder.
And then, but the thing is...
Is that what he is in a movie?
No.
Oh,
It's like a witch.
Oh, okay.
Which, fun fact about the movie. I heard this from John.
Okay, makes sense.
So you know it's legit.
Yeah, I can believe it.
The witch in the movie is an animatronic, but originally Doug Jones was supposed to play the witch, and there's pictures of him in costume for it. He looks fucking horrifying, but they scrapped his look for some reason and went with the animatronic, I guess because it was cheaper.
I was gonna say probably cheaper.
But I fucking love Doug Jones. Great monster actor. Also, this sticks with me.
This
The
scene.
fact that the mom goes in and then how he survives the night. Just fucking... Yeah, because there are two shots that last for me with this movie. The first time she's seen... her fucking face in general. And then... this bathroom shot. Hang on.
This is the fairy one?
Yeah, this is still
Okay.
the Tooth Fairy.
Alright. Damn, it really has been a while since I saw this movie. Because the fairy thing stuck with me.
I swear to God, it's like 2005 maybe.
Let's search it up and find out.
It's got to be something like that because I remember watching it too.
We're still fucking drawing. Holy shit.
Yes.
We're gonna get a good,
Representation.
yeah. Oh my god! 2003.
2003. Damn, I was 2 years off.
Holy shit. That's way older than I thought it was.
So I was... So I was 7, yeah. I told you 6 or 7.
You said he survives the night?
Yeah, watch. This shot sticks with me. As well as the first time they show her face. Yes.
Hey yo.
I can't even tell what the fuck's going on. Is she
That
crawling on
fucking
the wall?
freaks me out.
Things are
Yeah.
forever.
She,
Okay, 'cause
yeah,
it was hard to see.
because the light, she doesn't go into the light.
Oh.
And he has the bathroom light on, and she's literally above the fucking door, just hanging on. And that shot also stays with me, and I just fucking can't with that shit. Brandon is putting a lot of detail into this.
Not really.
More detail than I put into my fucking face.
Hmm.
But then again, like, I guess the only other detail I could add is literally making the whole background black, like I said. I don't even know what that.
Brandon's like, it's just for scale. Draws a whole fucking drawing.
Hey, like you said, we're gonna get the full effect of the story
Yeah.
at least. Plus, he said
It's not much of a story either.
Well, you said it makes you want to fucking tear up every time you tell it.
Is this the one that makes me tear up?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like the same story or not.
Just because some primal fear type shit.
Yeah, it's a cool movie.
Primal fear?
Primal Fear. That's Edward Norton's first movie. Yeah. Edward Norton,
John
Richard
told you
Gere. Yeah. Yeah, John told me that. I'm a fucking movie guy. John probably can't name one fucking Edward Norton movie outside of Fight Club.
I'm just kind of surprised that like John doesn't really have hobbies.
He's a director.
John doesn't have hobbies?
What the fuck does he do?
He always says he's fucking busy. I figured he would have some hobby.
But like, the closest thing to a hobby would be him watching things, but he doesn't watch things like that.
I guess
Like-
his hobby is selling things?
I guess.
Because he's always, quote unquote, selling shit.
I guess that would count, yeah.
Like, I can't really think of anything else. Because, yeah, he doesn't watch movies, like, religiously.
Yeah, not like in terms of a hobby.
In one sitting, yeah. I guess that would be my fucking hobby. I sit there and watch movies and TV all day.
Yeah, he doesn't watch.
He doesn't read.
Doesn't watch anime, even though he likes to recommend anime.
Yeah. Well, he is the anime guy.
Yeah, so you're right.
He doesn't read. He
I don't.
doesn't write anything. He doesn't play an instrument.
I love how he was like.
He doesn't do anything.
So I wrote a love letter
What?
because I wanted to write. So I was like, yeah. Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
When the fuck was this? The other night when I got off?
No, this was like before he
Just a
moved, I
while
think.
Oh.
Because I remember
This was
he
years
was
ago.
walking with us, and I think he had you read the love letter
I think so.
because he just wanted to like
Sounds right.
practice writing. So he's like, he wrote a love letter. I don't get it. I don't get it. You're giving me that face like I had no. I have no idea. I'm
Was
sorry.
it to Bryce?
No, I thought it was, but no. He's like, no. I just wanted the right one. Like, you practice, I guess, for like making up a story.
Yeah, I think it was for like because he wanted to write a story or something.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't think I've ever had anybody really read my writings.
I mean, I used to be into writing, maybe, but
I wrote a whole fucking album one time. Like, I probably had like maybe
Like music?
15 songs. Yeah. I wrote a whole album and I've lost the notepad. I have no idea where it is.
I've written a lot of lyrics, and I'm glad they're gone.
Some of them were pretty good.
Don't wanna see
Like,
how bad
in my opinion, at least, they were pretty good. Probably if somebody read them, it'd be complete shit. But I at least thought, that's all from cutting that up.
That's all from everything up.
Jesus Christ.
That's from the whole night of me cutting with
What?
this.
I wish I could find the notepad that I had, because there was like 15, maybe even 20 songs in there. Because I used to write literally every day on my downtime. Because this was at Giant, actually, so this was a couple years
Oh shit!
like
Okay.
a year or two ago.
I'm thinking like high school, middle school.
High school, middle school, I still wrote stuff like that, but no, that stuff was shit.
Yeah.
That stuff I'm glad is gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
the stuff like from a year or two ago, like I'm saying, that was actually pretty good, in my opinion. Um, But can't find it. No idea. I feel like John's stuff that would be like hella fucking cringe.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't remember the love letter. I feel like he even asked, do I want to read it, or do I want him to read it out? And I was like, I'll read it. I'll read it.
I would have loved to hear him read it, because he would have put like the inflection on certain words and shit like that.
Yeah, that's what I didn't want to hear.
Yeah.
Plus, you know how passionate he speaks sometimes about things. Just imagine
Flustered he gets.
how flustered, yeah. How flustered he gets over fucking nothing half the time.
Imagine how flustered he gets off like real things.
I would love to hear a conversation between him and Bryce.
Yeah, see how that actually goes.
Yeah. Because I feel like it's John flirting awkwardly and Bryce just going,
You're the straight guy.
yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like no,
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's like that because he is still in contact with this guy. Like every now and then he'll pop back up. So it's like he obviously is okay with talking to John. Like he's comfortable enough to talk to
I
John.
feel like there's something that we don't know.
He probably-
And what I feel like it is John's probably sent him money.
Oh my god.
I wasn't gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. John has probably sent him
I
money,
hate
and
it,
he's
dude.
probably like,
I can see that.
he's probably just like using John every time he comes up.
Bro,
Are you done with the
I'm
picture?
done.
I can see the silhouette. You drew it so dark.
Yeah.
I can see it through the back of the paper. It looks like that thing from Resident Evil 4.
I don't know. But yeah,
It was that
so-
visible, like in terms of like body parts.
Solid.
Holy shit! I
Okay.
didn't know that.
Yeah, so
Put it on the table so we can see.
I don't know if I was walking into the kitchen or what, but I was in my living room. All the lights are off. I think the TV might have been on in the living room.
I think it was.
All the lights coming through out of the kitchen. And out of the corner of my eye. Know how you see shit out of the corner of your eye, you turn, there's nothing fucking there every single time.
Yeah.
Well, I turn.
What the fuck is that?
A little Debbie, Swiss roll.
Oh. That was a big ass fucking brownie.
Out of the corner of my eye, that shit was there. At first, I seen something black out of the corner of my eye. I turn. As I'm turning, that shit is still fucking there. For like half a second. And once I fully turn, gone. But
You
that
remember how
split
it
second
disappeared?
while I was turning, no. Just once I fully turned, it was gone. But while I was turning, to be like, what the fuck is this black thing I'm seeing on the corner of my eye? I see that. Solid shape. Complete, like, he was a little more, like, he was a little more, like, so fucking, this looks like he's in front of the doorway. It was in the doorway, hunched over, with its head in front of the doorway because it was too tall to be in the doorway. And then once I fully turned, yeah, and the hands aren't really, they kind of look like claws there. The hands were normal hands, but they were below his knees, and they were just long-ass hands. I couldn't make out fingers or anything.
Brandon, that sounds like an alien.
And then, once I fully turned, like I said, it was gone, like things normally are when you see him out in the corner of your eye. But for that half a second as I was turning, could clearly see that.
So, number one, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
But number two, I've never had an experience of seeing something out of the corner of my eye that vivid.
And I'm like...
Especially like mid-turn, you still see
Yeah,
it.
I'm fight or flight to a detriment, so I fucking, like, charged out into the kitchen and was like... As I'm charging, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking die.
Because it's like, what if it's like an intruder?
But I usually pick fight, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm like, whatever I just seen is, like, easily 8 feet tall. And is not...
Especially standing in your
normal.
doorway, hunched.
Yes. And wasn't like... Was just,
Andre the Giant shadow person.
like... Just standing. Like, it didn't seem like... I couldn't make out anything, but it literally just looked like it was looking.
Yeah.
So that was fucking terrifying.
So, I think the most I've ever had where... Because, like I said, I've never seen a person like that, especially mid-turn.
Yeah.
When I'm drumming, like I said, I mainly just see things out of the corner of my eye, I turn, nothing's there. The only time I ever do, like, double takes, and it freaks me the fuck out every time, and it's the same thing every time.
Is it a face?
I see my cat,
Dead cat?
dead cat,
Okay.
out of the corner of my eye every time. And the thing is, the cat I see, because I've had plenty of cats since childhood. One cat in particular, who was my cat, was this big, fat, white bowling ball named Casper. She was my cat, followed me around everywhere, and just this plump of white fur. There are times where I'll be walking around, and now all my cat, there's only one white cat now in my house, but she's also white and gray, which she's got a big chunk of gray on her, so it's not mistakable. She's not that fluffy or anything. My cat was pure white. There are times where I'll be walking in my living room, and I will see her where, like, she would usually be, either by the couch or on the floor in a certain spot or something, and and I'll literally turn and do a double take, and there's nothing there.
And this happens often?
Often. A lot. Usually, the majority of it is in the living room. But there have been times in my room, there have been times in the hallway, there have been times in my mom's room. Never in the basement, though, because she never really went in the basement. But I've seen her literally everywhere in my house. And it freaks me the fuck out every time. Because it freaks me out, but then it also upsets me, because I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I miss that fucking cat. But it still freaks me out that it's like, I'm seeing a ghost cat.
Yeah.
Ghost cat.
Ghost cat.
I wonder, like, the science behind, like, the theory of ghosts. Is
There's the whole energy idea of ghosts, which I feel like is pretty believable.
And, like, the different fields of rays that we can't comprehend or can't see.
Yeah, like the million different spectrums and shit humans can't see.
Yeah.
Billions, probably.
See, and the thing is, I go back to, I don't even believe in ghosts. I talk about seeing these things, I talk about seeing all this shit.
Spiritual ghosts.
But, like, I don't believe in ghosts. I think it's just my mind just fucking playing tricks on me.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, granted, you two are talking about seeing shit as well, but you two haven't had severe head trauma. So I can't myself chalk it up to
I have.
severe head trauma. But,
like, another thing is, I mean, this is because we don't, and none of us have this shit, so it could always be fake. But you see it all the time, like, in shows and, like, TikToks, the electronic part of it, where people use electronics to try and catch something, like, in that realm, whether it's the speaker box, whether it's the skeleton ray thing. Like, I don't know if all of that shit's fake, but if
I
there's...
feel like it is.
You think it's completely fake?
Yeah. Especially the whole thing about hearing voices when you play things backwards or shit like that.
Oh, no, I'm not even thinking about that.
Or not backwards, just like... Because you know how, like,
I'm talking about spirit boxes? Do you just mean spirit boxes?
Excuse me. No, I mean, like...
Spirit boxes
Like,
sound horrifying
what's
to
the
begin
show?
with.
The crazy dude.
Oh, Spirit Box. It's a band.
Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
When they have an audio recording and they're like, hey, Ghost, I'm fucking here. And then they listen back and it's just like...
Bros.
It's...
Yeah.
And you don't hear anything. And then they put a subtitle there. And it's... Hi. But the thing is, you hear it the first time, you don't hear anything. You hear it the second time with a subtitle, and your ear and your eyes, like, make it up.
So,
basically.
Thing is, about that show specifically, one of the guys, if you remember the bald guy, that's part of that group.
I never really watched that.
No. Well, there's like...
Ian watched it. Ian believes that shit.
There was like a main three, right?
Yeah.
Bald guy was one
I
of them.
do remember there were three, yeah.
And he was doing an interview with like a podcast. And he was like bitching about like... because I think it's Travel, I think the channel's called. How they'd film shit, and there'd be a lot of times where it's like, all right, this isn't enough content. Go back there and stage some shit for us.
Yeah.
And
you have to. There's no way
yeah,
you're going to have a show of empty bullshit where nothing happens.
and he said there is plenty of times where they get shit, plenty of shit, but like it differs between place to place. Some places they have enough content. Some places they have to like fake almost everything.
I think the only most genuine ghost hunting show was Ghost Hunters.
I don't even think Ghost Hunters.
Ghost Hunters
Ghost Hunters
every
was just
year.
the first.
Ghost Hunters every year would have their Halloween special and be like, watch it live and see if anything happens. And you would watch it real time live, and for an hour and a half or whatever, however long the special was, nothing would happen. And it's like, wow, this is what real ghost hunting was like. And now it's all just every episode something happens with Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, here's one.
Well, I think it's every show because there's like
explain.
fucking 10 shows like that.
Yeah.
When I had my room upstairs, I had shared a room with Nick. It was my mom and my sister. My sister slept in a room down the hall. My mom's further down the hall. My house had got robbed, like, probably a few years before. I kept aluminum bat next to my bed. And I was scared of the dark, but also my house got robbed, so I was worried about that. So I kept a dumbbell in front of my door, and we had really bad drafts. My door would fly open sometimes.
Yeah.
I kept a 25-pound weight that has, like, the metal in between and, like, the kind of, it's, like, rubbery metal, so it doesn't move or anything.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
On top of a tile that is by my door. So I have my door closed and the 25-pound dumbbell in front of the door so it doesn't swing open with the wind and all that. One night, my fucking lights are off. I'm, like, drifting into sleep. And my fucking door, like, doesn't push open, like, swings open. And I hear the weight go, like, across the tile. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So I grab my bat, flick on my light, because my bed's... So, like, there's the wall, here's the door, in, like, this little corridor. My bed's right along the wall. The light switch is right here. As soon as you turn where that light switch is the door.
Yeah.
So I jump up, turn on my light switch, back up. I got the bat in my hand. I'm frozen on my bed like this. Most intense fucking stability workout ever.
Commando style.
For probably, like, 5 minutes, but it felt like 40.
So you're just waiting for something to pop up?
Yeah. So finally I'm like... I forget how old I was, but I was younger. I was like, alright, well, if I just hop out of my bed, I'm going to get socked by whoever just opened my fucking door. So I'm like, I'm just going to fucking jump out. Like, use my bed and just jump out into the doorway. So I fucking do that. Nothing. Just black. And I'm
Just
like...
black? Like, you couldn't see
just-
anything?
I couldn't see anything.
Nothing was even coming
All
out
the
of the
lights
room?
were off.
I thought you said you turned the light on in your bedroom.
No, I mean down the hall. Like,
Oh,
none of
so
I mean,
no light was really
shit's coming
projecting
down.
to see anything.
There's a hallway, and then it turns left into my sister's room, and then it keeps going after it turns left to my mom's room. So my light doesn't do much.
Have you,
Oh, okay.
Have you ever, like, you know how, like, when you walk into a room, you can't see shit because your eyes are adjusting?
Yeah.
Have your eyes ever adjusted so much, completely, like, perfectly adjusted, and there's just still spots of complete blackness?
I
Does that
just
creep you out?
remembered a fucking
Yes.
story.
I'm not done.
I know, but
you're
he
not
just
done? Oh,
no.
shit.
the way he just mentioned eyes adjusting to the dark
Yeah.
reminded me of a story that actually I told Bree, and Bree was a big believer in ghosts and the supernatural, and I told her about this story, but I'll tell you after this.
Yeah, it's quick anyway. So I go to wake up my mom all the way at the end of the hall, and I have my fucking bat with me. And I tell my mom, like, I think somebody's in the house, my door swung open, I have my weight in front of it. So she jumps up, and we're, like, above the hallway. Like, look, when you go to my mom's room, it's down the hall. Have you been in my bathroom before? It's
I've
like,
never been upstairs in your house.
okay, there's, like, the railing.
Most I've been in your house is the basement and the first floor.
Well,
I've never been upstairs.
There's, like, the railing, and if you look over the railings, the steps go down.
Yeah.
So we're
I
like,
imagine it's the same layout as Matt's house. Because
Yeah,
I've been upstairs
like nearly
in
the
Matt's
same
house.
exact.
Yeah. Because it's the same block.
Except our railing goes like all the way. His like cuts off or whatever.
Yeah.
But so we're like right over the railing, and she's like, "Did you see somebody or anything?" Just ask me questions and shit. And all of a sudden you hear this like, poof, and the fucking TV turns on, and you see the whole like room downstairs light up, and it goes, and the white
Static?
it's on white noise, but the volume is all the way the fuck up, and it was still
So
when
it's fucking
it's still when we
loud.
had like the thick TVs. So it's,
The box TVs.
yeah, it's loud as fuck. It's lighting up the whole room.
What are they
So
called?
my mom
CRTVs?
runs downstairs, so I fucking run down with her
With a bat still.
with a bat still. I don't know what the fuck she planned to do. And there's nobody there. And she turns on all the lights, check all the doors.
And this is like
They're locked.
seconds after the TV was turned on.
Yeah. Yeah, TV goes on. It
And you
lights
charge.
up after it goes poof. Because that's the sound those TVs made.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
static immediately, full volume.
Yeah.
And we fucking checked everything, and then we were going to check the basement last. And there was nothing down the basement, but we were fucking, like, breaching and clearing everything down the basement, because the basement was still unfinished, scary as fuck. There was nothing. All the doors were locked. Windows were locked. we turned off the TV, I fucking slept on my mom's floor. It's fucking crazy. There's winds not moving a 25-pound weight that's like suction to the fucking floor.
Yeah, inside a fucking house.
Yeah, and then for the TV thing to happen like right after that.
The TV
Could
thing
never
is what's
explain
like
that.
fucking wild.
Some shit out of Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But no, Jamie reminded me of a story that with my eyes adjusting to the light in the dark, that's where I was like, there's no way this was real. It could have just been, because he said how you still see like those little spots.
Yeah.
It could have just been that making a shape. So
Yeah.
how?
Why is it making a shape?
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
But you're
like-
talking about the light shapes in the darkness, right?
No, the darkness where it's pure, like the light. You know, when your eye adjusts,
Yeah.
you
And
can
it's
see.
still pure dark.
There's a spot in a room where it's pure darkness, and you can't make any shape within that darkness.
How my top floor is, there's no like real hallway. It's just a box. And then top of the steps is Ian's room, wall, my room, closet, bathroom, and then the wall around is my mom's room. So it's just room, closet, bathroom, my mom's room. So it was middle of the night, pitch black. My TV had automatically turned off at that point. I wake up to go to the bathroom. I come out, go to the bathroom, turn the light on. It's whatever. I'm taking a piss. I come out, and all I gotta do, turn the corner, walk into my room. I turn the light out, turn the corner, and I shit you not, there's a guy standing there.
Like,
Now, I was
how similar to this?
to that,
Yeah.
not pitch black. Probably
Like,
you said that dude was probably like 8 fucking feet.
He had a hunch over in a full-size door.
No,
So.
he was probably maybe 2 or 3 inches taller than me.
Okay.
But the thing is, it looked like he was just wearing a white t-shirt.
was he?
Couldn't really make out features in the face
old
or
were you?
anything. But this was like, when did I date Brie?
Oh, this is recent.
3 years ago?
Okay. I was gonna say if this was like when you were a kid, maybe it was like
No, this
me from
was
the future snatching you up or some shit like that.
Because he was a child.
Yes.
Yeah. No, this was recent. And this also goes off of your immediate fight or flight. The thing is, I was pissing with the door open. I can see if anybody's there. Nobody was in my room.
Alone?
Huh?
Were you home alone?
No.
Okay.
My mom was, but nobody would be standing in front of my door.
I don't use the bathroom with my door open, home alone. Like, I know that's like when you usually do that.
I mean,
don't
it's-
do that.
no.
I don't do that.
I don't do it home
I
alone.
lock the fucking door if I'm getting a shower and nobody's home.
Yes.
But it's the middle of the night. Nobody's really gonna be waking up. I'm taking a quick piss. Doors open. I could literally see if somebody was there. Turn the light out. Turn the corner. There's somebody there. And my immediate reaction was hug my chest and just fucking barrel into them. My door had closed on itself. So I immediately hit my door, and thank God it didn't fully close.
So wait, did the door
I-
cover? Like the guy was inside your room and it covered. Like it.
So
blocked
my
your view?
door has stickers on it from when I was younger.
Yes.
So if there wasn't anybody there and my eyes were still adjusting to the darkness, I probably would have been able to see the shapes of the stickers. Because they're like orange and blue stickers and shit like that.
Yeah. And
Very visible even in the dark.
yeah.
I couldn't make that out. Like I said, I saw a white t-shirt and I couldn't make out a face, but there were arms, head, all that. Hug my chest. I ram right into this guy, but I hit my door and I barrel into my room. And as soon as you enter my room, my bed's there. I immediately fall onto my bed. There's no way this guy could have moved out of the way. There's no way. Because there's a laundry basket right there. If he had and a closet to the other side.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to sleep tonight.
I was thinking that earlier when we were talking, especially after I drew the fucking face up. But he couldn't move to the left. There's a wall. Couldn't move to the right. He would have tripped over the fucking laundry basket because I'm charging at him. I burst through my door. I land on my bed, and I think, okay, I'm crazy. And I crawl forward and just lay down. I'm like, that's that. I'm not. And I
that reminded me of
I texted Bree about it, and I'm
What?
like, hey, this situation just happened. And she goes, oh, do you believe in ghosts now? I'm like, nah, I think I was just, like,
I
tired.
think Tito broke in again. I don't know why his name had to be of Hispanic descent, but
Surf Shack Tito.
it's, something similar where, like, this is broad daylight. I'm walking up the steps to my room in the back. My mom's room is on the other side. I'm walking down the hall. I'm, like, nearly to my room. I can still see my mom's room, kind of. She's got her door open a crack like she always does. And I hear a creak, and I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't think anybody was home. And I see, like, somebody in a black, like, John long coat just walk past the door real quick. And I'm like,
No.
what the fuck?
No. Sorry, no.
Nah,
Like,
I can't.
and this wasn't, like, some ghostly visage. This was, like, there's a grown-ass man in, like, a long jacket that just walked past the crack in the door.
Makes me think of that fucking scene from Insidious.
And it was something
The window
like that.
scene, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, God.
So I fucking... It was so scary looking, just the quick glimpse that
Of somebody walking by.
I was actually stunned.
This is probably the worst one because I can visualize it the easiest.
And it was broad daylight. It's super bright out. Like, all the sun's coming through. So this was clear as fucking day.
But did you hear footsteps when it walked by? Or nothing?
Well,
Just
no,
no
I
sound?
heard a creak, turned around, and seen it. And didn't hear anything after that. So I'm fucking stunned, like, there's an actual person. Like, I wasn't even thinking ghost or anything.
Yeah, there's somebody in the house.
I, like, started walking real slow and then was like, fuck am I doing? Like, charged like you did. Literally, like, commando kicked in the door flies open, hits my mom's fucking mirror. Nothing. Curtains are in the breeze, there's light coming through. I'm like, oh fuck, he's on the other side of the bed. My mom's bed takes up like 90% of her room. So I, like, jump over her bed.
Commando roll over the
There's
bed.
nothing fucking there. It was crazy. I was
That's
like,
fucking...
there's no way. Like, he went out the window. Like, windows are closed.
Because you were completely convinced it was like someone's in here.
Yeah.
Because you saw it so vividly.
Yep.
That's fucking
It sounds
insane.
like we get a lot of noise crossover from our neighbors on the one side.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the walls are pretty thin. So it could just be them. But even when we had old neighbors, we got it too. And it always sounds like somebody's, like, speed walking from my room past the steps because it makes a specific creak, like, towards the bathroom in the back.
Yeah.
And my sister hears it all the time, too.
We get that, like, here, but, like, you can clearly, like, after being here so long, you can clearly tell that's the neighbors, at least. Like, we at least have that. You know about...
See, there are times with my neighbors. My neighbors, the one side, fucking annoying. The other side, fucking annoying, but it's because they have kids. The kids fucking stomp around a lot. The other side, they're just assholes. There have been times where I'm hearing shit, and it sounds like it's not them next door stomping around.
Yeah.
But literally, it's always my fucking basement. Because there was a couple... This was recent. A couple days ago, I heard something. And I literally... It sounded like my basement door closed. And when my basement door closed, it's a heavy fucking door. And the hinges are pretty bad, so you have to lift the door a little bit from the handle and push. And it just... Boom! It's loud. And sometimes it can even shake the floor in the living room. I literally hear this boom. And it sounds like somebody just closed the basement door. But Ian's not home. My mom's not home. All the animals are upstairs. There's no fucking way they can work the door anyway. And I go and I look out back. My fence is locked. There's no cars or anything out there. And I go downstairs and the fucking door's locked. And I'm like, what the fuck? There's no fucking way that those kids... Because there's like 2 twin girls that are like 3 years old. And 1 boy that's like... I think he's like 6 or 7. There's no fucking way they can make that loud a boom to where it sounds like they're fucking ventriloquists throwing sound into my house. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna sleep tonight thinking about all this shit.
What do you
I
call
don't
it?
think there's anything scarier than... Has it ever sounded like somebody's running up your stairs?
Yes.
That's...
I'm
Yes.
I'm like 100% sure it's my neighbors, But this one time, like recently, a couple weeks ago, it sounded like, I think they were coming up the basement steps. And I heard it. I was like, that sounds like my basement steps. I was like, yeah, but the neighbors, it fucking sounds like that all the time. But then I was like, nah, that's my basement steps. And it's pretty short. By the time I'm thinking that, whoever it would have been at the top of the steps. So I'm like getting ready to fight, and then nobody comes up, and I'm like, I guess my fucking neighbors, but that shit, that gets your fucking heart pumping.
The worst for me, it's not running up the steps, but it involves, again, my basement, but it's the basement door in the kitchen. So my basement door slides, and we have a little latch so that the animals can't go down the basement or whatever, especially to fuck with my drums, and I got some comics down there. The basement door, it's kind of loose, so if I'm letting, like, Rocky out or whatever, and he gets to the door, he'll claw at it, and it'll just shake and go boom, 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 boom. There have been times I'm in the kitchen. Dog's not there. Cats are there, but not near the door. And I will hear the door boom, 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 like moving, like somebody is pushing it. There's no way it could be a draft that is blowing this door. Because number one, it's in the back of the kitchen, and it's nowhere near the window in the basement. The basement, when you go down the steps, there's this whole old bar setup that my dad set up. You move over on the wall to the far corner, there's the window. No way a draft could get in. Up the fucking steps and shake the door. I've literally stood in the kitchen watching it and gone over and just touched the door to stop it from shaking, waiting to see if I get pushback. And I never do. But then it stops after that for a good while. Yeah, and one of the scariest things that I do, and I do this to myself because I'm waiting for a fucking response, especially because of that, is when I'm letting Rocky out, I will knock on my garage door, because there's the garage door, and then inside there's the door that actually leads into the garage. I'll just knock on the garage door sometimes. And for some reason in my head, I'm waiting for to come back to me.
Yeah, no, if I gotta knock back, I
especially
would not go back in.
Sometimes I even do it on the wall. Like, I'll literally just go doot 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 and wait for a doot doot to come back to me. But then again, if I do fucking hear that, I don't know how I'm gonna react.
Whoever else is in the house,
I've done that randomly,
know
like in random spots.
What the fuck I'm gonna do?
Was it you or was it Austin who heard the little girl laugh when I was at PlayStation behind me?
That was me.
It was you.
What?
Yes.
He heard it.
Like,
what?
Multiple times.
I had the PlayStation in here.
Yeah.
And behind me, I heard it. I had the headset on. Heard a little girl laugh. I fucking turned around because there was like a couch right here before. Turned around and I was like, yo, I just heard a little girl laugh, and he heard it too through my fucking mic.
That was scary.
Oh, but there was another one in person when Melanie used to live here. We went upstairs, and it's a similar situation to your sister. We were in the kitchen, and we were talking, and we heard like a full 2 or 3 words said in the fucking living room. Like, you know how my kitchen and that all looked like. We were in the kitchen, we heard 2 or 3 words spoken by like a little girl in the other room. Me and her both stopped, and I was like, Belle, are you there? No response. I texted my mom. Similar situation.
That's
she was
your
out.
sister, right?
Huh?
That's your sister,
Bella?
right? Bella. I didn't know your sister's name.
My mom was out. My sister was over at a friend's house. Same thing. And
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it was just a personal situation. Like,
yeah.
I had someone else who
you
was
had a
physically
witness.
there.
That's the scary thing too. Is like, what is the purpose or like the cause of that phenomenon?
Yeah.
That's just...
Like, are you being lured for some fucking reason? It's creepy.
See, I've never had voices.
My most recent, I just remembered, in the kitchen, was like a few months ago. In the corner of my eye, I saw like a white gown pass by the fucking entrance of the kitchen. Like, I saw in the corner of my eye,
bro,
towards the bottom, a white gown just crossed by real quick.
See, I've never had anything like that. I've never had voices. If I fucking heard a little girl, especially in my house, because, I mean, both of yous have sisters, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
I have a brother That's it. If I heard a fucking little girl in my house, I really don't know what the fuck I would do. I really don't.
Hope it's the neighbors.
I really don't know what I would do. I think I would try to fight a little girl ghost.
I'm surprised I didn't see, because like I heard it twice, and it's like the first time I was like, maybe it was the dog. Maybe the dog walked by and made a loud noise, but it sounded like laugh, and he heard it because it sounded like this is where, you know, imagine I'm sitting on the couch at this level. The laugh sounded like it was like right here, like at this level, not down on the ground. Like
you gave me chills because I fucking sit there too. I don't like that.
Yeah.
God damn, dude.
Well, yeah, it doesn't help that we're talking about experiences at our own homes that we have to go back to.
Yeah, and recently I've been sleeping in the living room because of how hot it's been.
Yeah.
I sleep in the air conditioning in the living room, and that just I don't know.
I was exhausted earlier. I'm not exhausted now.
Same. But I don't know why. But downstairs, I guess because in my room, I close the door, it's my own space. I know exactly what's in my room.
Yeah.
Being in the living room, and I sleep closer to the dining room as well, it's so much space, and it's like, I don't know. The one time I freaked the fuck out of Ian, this was years ago when we were both sleeping downstairs, which eventually led to me scaring myself unintentionally. But I made up this whole, what did I say? I was like, do you see the shadow man in the corner? Because I love scaring Ian. And I'm like, do you see the shadow man in the corner? And he's like, what? And I'm like, look at the shadow man. Do you see? He's watching you. And Ian freaked the fuck out. Now when I look in the corner, my mind makes up the fucking shadow man that I myself made up.
So I imagine you've never seen a shadow person before.
No, but I've heard of them.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I've heard of them. That's why I came up with
There's a whole
shadow
documentary on them.
Yeah, they're supposed to happen during sleep paralysis, but you've never had sleep paralysis. You're usually supposed to see them then.
They're kind of like a cryptid almost too, where they have like you're supposed to see them at cemeteries for the most part and shit.
And they're usually not supposed to be violent. They're just there. Except if you see one with a fucking hat on, then yeah, you should be fucking scared.
Why are the ones with hats dangerous?
No, there is one in particular that wears a hat. And
there's one shadow man that wears a hat?
The Hat Man.
The Hat Man, yeah. That's
oh,
his name.
God.
He's the Hat Man, and it's said that he's, I don't know if he's a demon or just demonic
I don't
in
count
nature.
him as a shadow person, though.
You think he's his own thing?
Yeah, because every time I've seen him, he's blue.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There has been different colors.
Bro, what?
Yeah, and apparently what he's doing is he's a paralysis demon. He's, like, taking energy from you.
Wait, he's taking energy from you?
Yeah, he's taking, like, a life force or something. Like, that's the myth thing.
I seen this chick came up on your...
yeah, Camille. Yeah, she's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, I really like her videos. But this...
Hello guys, this is Svetlana
this
from
girl is
Cowboy
fucking
Custom.
insane.
Is this,
So, I've been recording. It's almost been an hour of us talking about
Oh,
ghosts.
shit. Wow. Holy shit.
I might just fucking drop this on, YouTube.
I'd say edit it a bit. Get the...
Nah, I want the full, unedited effect, and whoever has the patience to listen to it all
I don't know if anyone does nowadays.
gets a special shout-out.
Finally covered my hands with
But,
these
yeah,
massive
that
blocks.
is just...
And ready.
I'm done with this fucking ghost talk. I don't like this anymore. I don't know how I'm gonna sleep.
2022.